What is up, FBA ninjas? This is a massive, massive day. So thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to be giving you a massive Black Friday offer, okay? So stick around till the end. Make sure you let us know that you're here by putting hashtag live into the comments. And make sure you're asking your questions, okay? Today, we've got a superstar guest, Lewis Sivan, CEO of ZonKeywords and the master of Amazon in general, okay? And I'm going to bring him up right now, okay? Here he comes, Lewis Sivan. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome, Lewis, welcome.
Let's make some money. Let's go. Okay. All right. Let's jump straight in,
guys. Check this link. All right. First of all, ZonKeywords Black Friday. Make sure you've got it. Okay. Make sure you've got it. Make sure you're putting that hashtag live in. All right. Lewis, get stuck in. Today we're talking about how to run an Amazon FBA business with zero money. I bet you haven't heard that before. I bet you haven't heard it before. This is probably the first time you've ever heard it. So we're going to annihilate all the myths and all the crap around what people are saying about Amazon FBA. Yes. Over to you, Lewis.
Okay. So can you make a lot of money on Amazon with no money down? Is such a thing possible? And in short, if you're selling your own products, as everybody that is selling products will understand, you need to be able to invest some money in capital, the products, the factory, the shipping, etc. But there is another business model I'd like to say that we all have done. You see, I've been on Amazon now for 4 and a bit years, and I've only recently done the software, which we needed to do in order to run our Amazon business better. But I started off with my own products. But everybody knows that if you're running an Amazon business and you want to have your second product or your third product or your fifth product, that takes a lot of money, a lot of capital, because you have to pay the factory a deposit. You know, the factory has to ship it, and then the money sits in your inventory. So what I did, and it worked well, was you start putting your services out as an Amazon expert to other people that have products, and you will manage the store. You'll manage their Amazon store for them on Amazon. And you'll do that for a fee, a fixed rate, or something. You'll manage their PPC. You'll manage the entire store. You'll only do their product research. But that's the idea. That's the idea I wanted to pitch tonight. You need Amazon experience. You need Amazon understanding. You need your software. So you need ZonKeywords. You'll need PageOneify to do the launch, but it might not be your product. You'll be earning some commission off the top, maybe from someone else's product. Does that sound understandable?
Leave your comments in the chat, guys. Leave the comments in the chat. All right, Lewis, so how do we go about doing this?
Well, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. So if you're talking to someone who's got no idea how to sell on Amazon, you don't need to be the master, the genius that's been doing it for 10 years and has gone through the ups and downs. You just need to be better than him, right? So that requires a certain amount of Amazon understanding. So how does this work? You need to know. You need to be in the game. You need to have some products on Amazon. You need to have tasted that joy of when the sales come in and you check Seller Central every 3 seconds on your phone. You know, you need to taste that where you hit your head against your forehead trying to get Amazon to change your listing when you want to change the title and you understand how difficult it is and the tricks that you have to do. You need to have been in the game. Okay. You can be in the game very cheap. I mean, you could even do retail arbitrage. You could buy 1 or 2 products on special and just put them into an Amazon account just so you can feel it, just so you can have it. And then with the community that we've got, with this Facebook group, with Kevin's courses, you're going to then work your way into the software and become an expert on Amazon to help people manage their stores.
Lewis, why would me as a business owner get someone to manage my Amazon store? Can you give me a scenario around that? Just quickly, guys, make sure you let us know you're here. All right. Drop your links in the comments. All right. Your comments and hashtag live. Okay. And drop your questions in the comments. All right. All right, Lewis, why? Why would I, as a business owner, get you to do Amazon FBA for me?
I would imagine that people will agree with me that Amazon is not a part-time gig. You don't just do it for an hour a day. You don't have someone in your office who's responsible for Facebook advertising and direct marketing and your email campaign, and please also manage our Amazon store, right? So there are many, many businesses that have got limited resources and they might try to do a little bit on Amazon, but not enough, number one. Number two, if you're selling a product, anything, if you're selling it to shops and you're the wholesaler, or if you're the person yourself with the product, if someone's going to buy your product, the first thing they're going to do is check the price on Amazon. And so if your product is being sold on Amazon by some person, not who you wanting to sell, etc., that price might be really low. So if you're looking to only sell products into pharmacies and you're trying to reach a price of $19.99, but anytime anyone goes onto Amazon and sees the price is $12, well, then no one's gonna buy your product in the retail store. So if your business is selling to the retail store, you need to control your Amazon price. You need to have someone who knows what they're doing to keep the prices high on Amazon, to limit the sellers, to brand gate your listing, to keep hijackers away, and to keep the price high on Amazon.
Interesting. And, we talk about, a lot of people, as entrepreneur, there's a difference between a worker and entrepreneur, don't you think? A lot of people, when they join Amazon FBA, they think, oh, I've got no money. I got into this. I started a program to learn about how to do this, but now I've got no capital, right? Do you think that this is holding people back when they can't think outside the box like an entrepreneur? I mean, there's so many ways to drive a business like Amazon FBA. I mean, what about,
out of adversity comes opportunity, I mean, if you've tried a product on Amazon and it hasn't worked, aren't you the best placed person to advise someone else like what not to do and to use all the case studies of exactly what you did, So you can absolutely go to other people. The way I did it when I was new in the game, I went to a trade show and I walked around and I said, is this your product? Yes. How do you sell it? We sell it online. Are you on Amazon? Yes. You do it yourself? Yes. Great. Can I help you? I'm an Amazon expert. No. But at that show, I picked up 3 clients, where they were kind of like thinking about going on and that sort of stuff.
That's crazy, mate. 3 clients on one trade show. And how many, what sort of commission would you recommend on charging for something like this, Lewis? Is that a commission based? Is that a maintenance fee? Is that a bit of both? How do you recommend that our guys here, our students, do that?
So in my experience, you would do a variety of different deals. Most people like everything to be managed. So you're just going to say, I'll manage the entire Amazon store, and the person sets up the store and invites you as an administrator, and you do the inventory, orders going in, creating the shipments, you do the Amazon, the PPC, you do the launching, and you do any customer returns and trying to get reviews, and you just manage the entire basket. And that would be a percent between 10, 12, or even 15% revenue, you know. But other deals are where maybe you would only manage the PPC, because that is something that even expert sellers find so difficult. It's not difficult, but people just get taken with the complexity of it, and so they would, you know, need somebody to help manage just their ad spend.
And manage their expectations, because I think a lot of people think, you know, when they launch that first product, that they get to page one and everything's going to be selling, right? You know, straight away. Is that true? Is that what people should expect, Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, it takes time, you know. So I run a business called PageOneify because launching is such a vital part of Amazon, you know. So we launch hundreds of our own products, you know, and we do it in different ways, and we learn and we make some terrible mistakes, you know. Like if I had all the guys listening to the live put up their hand, who here has not put a maximum order quantity restriction to 1 when you're giving away coupon codes to people to buy your product, to do a launch, you know? So that only has to happen once. I shouldn't laugh. I know even you, Rory, know someone that's just had a whole lot of inventory wiped out. But, you know, it happened to me. Only has to happen once. You'll never do it again. You're an expert person now to manage other people's accounts. They'll never make that mistake again.
Yeah, guys, I want to stop in here. Be very, very careful about these giveaways, okay? Because, you know, one of our students recently had a big problem, okay, and we're helping him through it. So, but basically what happened was, instead of posting his coupon to a select group of people, he accidentally posted it out to the whole of Amazon, and he had 500 sales in one night, okay, for 90% off.
Yeah.
All right, which absolutely killed his first product. Okay, so to keep that in mind, watch out. All right, that is something that, you know, you really need to be aware of.
And then, you know, there's other things like, if you're going to do giveaways, maybe you're going to email PageOneify, and we've got a special coming at the end of the live. You can see we're already sharing the Black Friday special page, zonkeywords.com/black-friday-sale. Maybe you just want to even email rank at PageOneify and speak to the coaches, because what you don't want to do is give away a whole lot of units. In the Facebook groups, we talk velocity. You don't want to like just have a whole lot of velocity unless it's going to the right keyword, unless you're making sure that people are using the keyword, because sales on their own is just like rain falling from the sky onto the road. You can't drink it. You have to make sure it goes in the right direction. It has to go into this tank, and then from there it can go to your, you know, product. But just making sales randomly is not going to improve your rank at all. So just be careful when you kind of do these things on your own, you know, if you haven't done it before.
So I get to page one, PageOneify. They launch me to page one because they're awesome, and Lewis is, you know, in the back end driving all this stuff and making sure everyone's happy. My product's on page one. It's not selling. What's going on, Lewis?
Okay, well, that's a very technical question, because by definition, page one indicates it is the best seller in that keyword, right? So why could it get to page 1 and now stop selling? That's a bit weird, right? Would you understand? Would you agree with me? Right? So that would happen in two circumstances. Number one, it was artificial. It was manipulated. Real customers didn't select those products to get it to page 1. What happened was the seller just decided to do a giveaway and said, no. The keyword that is gonna work is black pen. Black pen, I guarantee you it'll work. Does a big giveaway targeting black pen. He gets to page 1 for black pen, but no real customer has actually ever typed in black pen and bought his product. Maybe it was the wrong keyword. You know? And so at PageOneify, I know we're going a little bit off topic here, but at PageOneify, we get you to page 1 by hammering all your budget into one specific PPC campaign at full price. And so it's real people buying your product at full price that gets you to page 1. And if it doesn't work, you're not going to get to page 1. But if you do get to page 1, you got there because real people were buying you. And then you will obviously be continuing to sell. Rory, I'm going to bring up another case of one of your clients who sells a summer product, a product that you put in the garden. And it's now the middle of winter. You could be on page 1 all day long. People are not typing it in now. I mean, there might be like in a greenhouse somewhere. So you'll sell 1 a month, but it's not the time of year, you know. So that could be a reason that you're on page 1 and you're not making the sales, is that you might not have realized that you're in a very seasonal product and it's now suddenly not your season.
But do I answer this correctly? Do I understand this correctly? But, you know, in that seasonal time, is it easier to get to page 1?
Yeah, so exactly. So the marketing, you know, the marketing rule that says when the market is small, it's easier to get to the top than when the market's big, right? So like now it's at Q4. If you're selling a gift mug, you know, gift mug for uncle, and you're on page 1 now, it would have been cheaper to get you there. But if you now try to get to page 1, it will be more difficult and more expensive. So there's certainly a strategy about, you know, cementing your place on page 1 before the hordes of buyers are there, because when they're there, the guys that are on page 1 are going to be making all the sales, and you're going to have to make that many more sales to get to page 1. Okay.
Nice, mate. I just want to give a quick shout out to old John Yusuf. He's quite active in our groups. G'day, John. Thanks for tuning in. So far, we've got about 20 people watching this. Share the love, guys. Start a watch party. You know, share the post. All right. And make sure you put hashtag live in here, all right? We've already got a few who have already got Kevin David's Unfair Advantage, his latest bestseller, his latest book that's going to be mailed out to you in hard copy. All right, it's going to be a keepsake. It's changing a lot of people's perspective and thinking. All right, so just a shout out to you, John. Thanks for the comment. You know, drop your hashtags, share this. Okay. So back to it, Lewis. Tell me, as a business person, right? I go in, right, and I go to a live trade show, right, and I pick up 2 clients who are interested in me, in running their FBA for them. You know, not just pay per click, but the whole thing. All right, because I've got the money, but I don't have the time. And meanwhile, you've got the expertise, and you do have the time, right? Correct. So then what happens? Do I set that up? You know, do I still need to set up my Amazon seller account and then what happens from there? You know, how do we do that?
Yeah, correct. So you will have recently gone through it yourself, and that's why I'm saying this will be very difficult to kind of show this expertise unless you've actually done it. but you could do it on a very small scale, even if you just buy 10 or 20 items from a local place in the States and just sell that on Amazon. But you will have gone through the process of opening the account. So, I've had different experiences. Most of the time, people have an existing Amazon account. I mean, there's very few sellers in the world that are not selling on Amazon. But what they find is like their account is not working very well. They've turned off their PPC because it's just too expensive. They can't run it. So you would be invited as an administrator, and you would take it over as your own account, and you would report every week to the guy how he's doing and profits he's making.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So give me an example, Lewis, of at a trade show, how do you strike up a conversation about this? But before you do that, mate, all right, I just got a question here. Got a question here from Amanda Bandis. Hey, Amanda, thanks for tuning in. Awesome to have you here. Make sure you drop that hashtag live if you haven't done it for your book.
So,
all right?
Where's your face, Rory? You're coming out of me, but I can't see you, man.
You want to see me? You want to see me, Lewis?
Come on.
All right, mate. All right, here I am.
You're like a sound coming in from the ceiling here.
Yeah. All right, mate. All right.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm back. Okay. All right. So Amanda, we want to talk about your question here. All right. So Amanda has a question. Can a new seller with no listings get to page 1 with just one listing? I'm assuming you mean your first listing, Amanda.
Yeah, absolutely. So Amazon doesn't reward you. So if you've got a great listing with a great product and you're on page 1 and you bring out your second one, Amazon does not reward you. So your gift mug is great, and then you bring out a pair of shoe boxes and you put up your shoe box. Amazon's not going to be like, we must put this shoe box on page 1 because the gift mug is working. No, they all stand completely separate by themselves. I don't want to get too technical, but what we have found in our extensive experience is that there is a bit of juice, like a boost or a bit of extra momentum given to a brand new product on Amazon. So if you are a brand new product recently listed, and page 1 is requiring 10 sales a day, because you're brand new, you might only need to do 5 or 6. Because Amazon's like, well, we've got to give you're a new kid, we've got to give you a chance, right? But that goes away. And then you just have to be, then you have to sell 10, whatever. So it's almost the opposite of what your lady was asking, which is that if you're brand new, it's almost easier to rank than if you're if you've been on Amazon for 1 year and you've been on page 5, Amazon knows exactly who you are and what you are. It almost holds it against you now when you start trying to go to page 1.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Awesome, Lewis. All right, I've got another question here, Lewis. Another question here. First of all, shout out to Art T. Good to have you here, brother. Thanks. You're going to get your Unfair Advantage ebook sent out to you. Marcella, you're also getting one sent out. Okay, and this question here is from Victor Omark. Victor, great to have you on board. Hashtag live, get your book. Victor wants to know, is there a website with products I can buy from Alibaba that I can also white label?
So, I mean, this is not really the forum to discuss that, right? But you obviously can go to Alibaba, okay? But my personal thing is that if you're looking to start out, is to, I mean, I would start possibly in the States. There's lots of factories in the States. The minimum order quantity is less. You can maybe talk the language and do a deal. So don't think that white labeling means you have to go to China, because you're going to have to buy a big quantity from the factory. You're going to have to ship it overseas. You're going to probably have to spend a lot of money getting that first sample made. And by the time you add all that up versus just getting it from a factory in Pennsylvania or something, you might find that the costs are maybe still a little bit higher, but certainly a lot less risk, and you're not going to have to get such high quantities.
But white label's pretty standard, isn't it, really? I mean, you know, if you're ordering from Alibaba or whoever it may be, you're going to likely put your own label on that, unless it's trade.
Yeah, you know, more than just a label, guys. You have to create a brand, you know, so you have to create a compelling story why people should be buying your product. Awesome.
Well, I hope that answers your question, Victor. I've got another question here from Aram. I hope I've said that correctly. Aram, is PPC not expensive to get to page 1 or any other way, like a giveaway? So I think he's asking, is it expensive to get your product to page 1, and is doing giveaways a better way?
So I'll do a very quick demonstration. Okay.
You want to share your
screen? And when I share my screen, just be careful on your sound there, Rory, if I do share my screen. Okay. So PPC is expensive when people click on your ad and don't buy it. Then PPC becomes horrendously expensive. Why would someone click on your ad and not buy it? If your keyword was out of whack, right? Don't advertise for keywords that are not very, very, very like driving sales to your product. So how do you know what those are? So let's give an example. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen, share entire screen, share. Okay, can you see my screen?
Just pushing that live now.
Okay, you can see it, right? So can you see my Amazon screen?
We sure can, Lewis.
Okay, so let's pick a product, any product. You want to do a scratch map? You can see I've recently viewed it, or we can do anything. Let's go scratch off map. This was kind of last year's great product, okay? And if you're selling a product, what you have to do is you have to put in the keyword that you think is the most similar to you. So you're selling a map that you scratch off and tells you where you've traveled, okay? And so you then come and find the most similar product to yours, the most similar, okay? And hopefully it must be very close to page 1, right? So let's say yours is a gold and white kind of map, not a blue colored one, you know, so it could be this one here. You find the one that's the most similar to you. You get that URL or ASIN, whatever you how fancy you want to call it, and you're going to a product like ZonKeywords. You go to reverse ASIN X, which is the most powerful tool on Amazon. And what this does, it's called reverse ASIN because normally you type in a keyword, scratch map, and you get a whole lot of ASINs as a result. Now you're putting in the ASIN and you're getting a whole lot of keywords as a result. This is clever data science, you know, working for you here. So I don't need to analyze my competitor. I just want to look at this one product, okay? And now you can see that guy that we were looking at, this guy here, he's ranking position 1 for travel map scratch off, scratch map of the world, maps international, scratch the world, travel map. These are the keywords that he is ranking number 1 for. Travel gift, you know? So as you scroll down, you can see how many thousands of keywords. There are 1,200 keywords for a scratch map. When you think the keyword is scratch map, but it could be so many more. But if you kind of go towards the end, he's ranked number 92 for moon map. Okay, that's like page 3, page 4. Or he's ranked number 92 for old maps of the world. Or rose gold canvas wall art, he's ranked number 92. Don't spend ad budget on keywords like that when you're trying to sell a map like this, right? If you stick to the position 1 keywords of your closest, most similar selling competitor, people are likely to type that in and buy your product. Okay, I'm gonna move now to the special, which we've
Hang on, mate. Hang on, not just yet, Nate. Not just yet. We've got a couple more questions, Lewis.
Oh, come on. Let me talk about the special. Fine.
Hang on, mate. No. So we've got a question here from Nitin John. Nitin's another guy we see quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So how long before a seasonal sale? Just 1 second. Paul Briggs, just to let you know, mate, of course you can get your hands on the book. Just drop #live and we'll take care of that. All right, Brigger. Now, Nitin John, how long before a seasonal sale time for a seasonal item do you recommend them to get the inventory in and start ranking for keywords?
Man, I know what he's asking, and I know what he's asking, and I don't know if other people feel the pain that I'm literally feeling. Like my heart is just like because it is so stressful. Okay, if you're selling a Valentine's Day gift, people, you've got to get it into Amazon before Valentine's Day. And therein lies the stress of the world that you want to take up if you want to go with seasonal products, okay? You have to know Amazon's timelines. You have to know them well. You have to expect the unexpected with Amazon. So yes, by all means, when a shipment arrives, it should take 6 days for it to appear in inventory. But what happens if it takes 2 weeks? Okay, so you build in that space. The factory that's sending the products from China to the States, it does take 6 weeks. Yeah, but what happens if it has an inspection at customs and that adds another 2 weeks? Okay, the factory said, yeah, no problem. We'll be ready in 5 weeks, okay? But what happens when Chinese New Year is in the middle of those 5 weeks and it's 5 weeks of working time, but it's 9 calendar weeks, you know? And so don't get your inventory there late, okay? The only risk of getting inventory there late, the only risk of getting inventory early is that your money's tied up for a little bit longer and there's Amazon storage fees also. But then you can run your promotions. How long before? It doesn't have to be that long. So if you were doing Christmas, so the way to tell when to do it is you would come to a piece of software like Keyword X, okay, and you would put in a word. So what do we want to do? Do you want to do like I don't want to say Valentine's Day gift because that would be like, let's talk gift for lover, right? And let's see what seasonality we're looking at here. Now this is very interesting. So this tells you that don't sell gift for lover, right? No one's buying it, and there's lots and lots of products that kind of rank or index for the words gift for lover. Okay.
Do you want to share your screen again, Lewis? Or?
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, mate.
Entire screen share. Okay. So I said gifts for Lover. Okay. So it's scoring 20 out of 100. It has very low monthly search volume during the year when obviously our data was taken. But it's got lots of sellers that have got the keyword gift for lover indexed in their listing. So it explains that gift for lover has a low search volume but a high number of competing sellers. But then we show you the seasonality. I mean, this is just outrageous, right? So I would have thought that gifts for lover would have had a peak around February, and you can see a tiny little peak. But look at the February peak compared to the Christmas peak. Okay, so you would need to, by using reverse ASIN, the most powerful tool on Amazon, right? You would get the keywords that your most similar selling competitor are going to rank for, and you're going to put that into here to see your seasonality. Because if you were selling a gift for lover, that's going to be your peak. If you are selling one of my favorite products, a round beach towel, you know, now Rory, you'll know the time of year that you use this, but look at when Americans use it, which is around summertime, which is May, June, July, right? And then your round beach towel comes all the way down because no one's using it at in winter time, and then it picks up again. And as we all know, it was a little bit of a fashionable item last year, so it was very popular. And then this year in summer, it was actually less popular than last year, right? So if you're wanting to surf this wave of seasonal items, it's great, but it literally makes my heart kind of pound faster because there's so many additional stress levels that you can't miss the wave.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome, Lewis. All right. Well, I hope that answers your question there, Nitin. All right. We've got another question here, Lewis, from Adam Campbell. All right. Thanks for joining us, Adam. #live to get your free book. Yes, everyone gets one. Okay. Everyone gets one. So how many different PPC campaigns do you run for a product launch, Lewis? Do you think you can go into a little bit of detail about that, please?
How many campaigns do we run for a product launch? Okay. Let me turn off my screen. Stop sharing. When you sign up with PageOneify, there's two options, but one of them is that you can just have the launch done only, or you can have us manage your ongoing PPC, not your launch PPC, for 30 days. We kind of just set you up, kind of good luck, keep it going. And then when we do your launch, we find which keyword you want to be on page 1 for, but which keyword your product is going to resonate with buyers to be on page 1 for. And that is probably the most difficult part of the launch process, is finding that keyword. Is it travel gift or is it scratch off map? I mean, those are very different keywords, and so that requires experience and skill and also testing. How do you test it? Well, you just start advertising intensely for that keyword. If it's the right keyword, people are going to click on it and buy it, and your ACOS is going to be beautiful. And if it's the wrong keyword, people are going to click on it and not buy it, and it's telling you right up front that you should not be on page 1, or you won't be on page 1. So that's, so how many do we do? We at PageOneify follow a theory of PPC where we run 2 campaigns on an ongoing basis. One which has a little bit less budget, small budget, It's called a research campaign, and its job is to go out and look for keywords we don't already know about. And it uses broad and phrase and auto, and it finds keywords that we don't know. Then once we have a keyword that has converted, it's had a sale in the past, we then put that as a negative in that research campaign, and we take these keywords that are working keywords and we put them into a performance campaign. And all keywords in the performance campaign have delivered sales, and all keywords in the performance campaign will deliver sales again. And now you can just manage the bids on those keywords. And if the ACOS is high and people are bidding too high for it, because that keyword has worked, then you just lower your bid and lower your bid. And as a result, you're bidding only for the keywords that work, and you spending money only on the keywords that are going to bring you your sales.
Fantastic, Lewis. Fantastic. Okay, so just got someone here has mentioned to me, you've already got your copy. Get one for a mate, you know. So that's Adam. I hope that's answered your question, guys. I hope you can get an understanding for the amount of value that Lewis is just laying down here. All right, we're here to help you guys out. All right. You know, a lot of people think that they're going to go into Amazon and they're going to put something on page one and they're going to get rich. Okay. Please remember, Amazon is a business. Okay. Now you think about starting a bricks and mortars business. All right. That's 50K and up. Right. Your expenses are through the roof. Starting an Amazon business, let's say that you go all out and you spend 20 grand. That's still 33% of what a bricks and mortars business is, okay? But it's still a business, all right? It's a risk, all right? You've got to understand when you go into a business, you're going in with your eyes wide open. So what are we doing here? We're trying to minimize and mitigate your risk by giving you guys the best possible advice. And who would you rather get the best possible advice from than someone like Lewis Sivan, who's the CEO of ZonKeywords?
No, mate. No, that's not. You don't want to listen to a CEO. You want to listen to someone who's lost lots of money on many different products. Nobody has made more mistakes than me. I am your mistake king. So I will sit here and share those with you. You know.
We'll make the mistake so you don't have to. Isn't that right, Lewis?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you will still make it, but at least when you make it, you'll be like, that's right. He did say. Okay. Can I please share our Black Friday sale?
All right, guys. Well, we told you we're going to have a big giveaway for you here. We've already dished out a few books, okay? Quite a few, actually. All right. If anyone catches a replay, you can get your book by hashtagging replay. Lewis, now tell us about this offer, mate. Share your screen and show us what we're doing here for Black Friday. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so share my entire screen, share it. Okay, so we've been you're going to bring it up?
Sure am, my friend. Sure am.
Okay.
Coming up, mate.
Okay. So we've been talking about how to really get the idea of a Black Friday kind of special through to people. And so what we're going to offer is 3 services for the price of 1. And the 3 services are going to be for the price of 1, which is the cheapest. So you're going to get a PageOneify launch. You're going to get ZonKeywords for a year. And we'll manage your PPC, which costs $4.97 a month. And we'll do that for 1 month. And so you put all that together. This is not one of these things where it's like these are, we're going to have, I'm sure, customers unhappy because this is only for this week leading up until Black Friday. It's from today. So I'm very excited to launch this. It's from today until Black Friday, and then it stops. And if you have one of Kevin's coupon codes, so the price is $1,043, but you're going to get it all for $249. If you have one of Kevin's coupon codes, you'll be able to put that in, and it will bring that price down even further. So
it's the quick and the dead, guys. It's Black Friday. It's called Black Friday for a reason, eh? Okay, so make sure you take action today. All right, if you're getting value here, if you think that you can use this, use this software that we've created for you to go out and get your first client, right, and manage their products, all right, and get paid a commission for being an expert, all right, then I really suggest you get stuck into this. And of course, if you're running your own store, well, wouldn't you like to make it easy and make it easy at this absolute no-brainer price? I mean, guys, get into it. It's the quick and the dead, first come, first served. That's business, right? You got to be ahead of the game. That's what we're trying to do for you guys here, all right? Help you be ahead of the game. Lewis, I've got one more question here. We're going to try and wind this up soon, all right? Okay, yeah. So if you got any last questions, drop them in, but we're probably only going to take one or two more, all right? We've been here for a while now.
So we will be here. We are going to be doing these lives every week because Amazon is it's a game where you can't take all the knowledge in one day. It's cumulative, and so every week we'll be here at the same time, and yep,
absolutely. Guests, hacks, interviews. It's not always going to be Lewis, but a lot of the time, why wouldn't you want to listen to this guy? Come on. All right. Now, one last question from Nitin again. All right, mate, you're getting some real value here, Nitin. So here we go. So, is there a difference between running one auto campaign with a high budget, e.g. $30, versus doing 3 low budget ones instead, e.g. 3 times $10?
And they're all auto? So if they're all auto, no, you'll get the same result because Amazon doesn't let you bid against yourself. I've never heard of that. So basically, you're saying instead of putting $30 into one auto campaign, put $10 into 3 auto campaigns. But no, I as a software developer on my side, understanding Amazon, I cannot see how that would do anything except give you more things to look down through on your page. If you follow my philosophy on Amazon, we try and keep things as simple as possible. So we're only going to do something if we have an idea that it would work. So I wouldn't do that.
Okay, mate. And we've also, Nitin wants to know, can we purchase the Black Friday deal and use it later when his product gets into inventory?
Yes. In fact, I recommend people to do that. Why? Because the coaches need time to work with you. We can start researching your keywords before your product comes in. Maybe your photography is terrible. You have to sell your product to real people. A mother in Nebraska has to buy your product when looking at 100 other products. So we can help you if your product is not good enough yet, in terms of maybe the listing needs to be looked at or the photos, and that can take time. And so it's the best time to be doing it before you're in and you're panicked and you're rushed and the product is already sitting there. And then you're saying, do this. And we have to kind of do a rush promotion, and then maybe we get it wrong. So yes, I would do it in advance.
Awesome, Lewis. Awesome. Well, mate, thank you so much for the value that you're laying down today.
I'm seeing one more question where the guys are asking that price of $249. Is that for 1 month or 1 year?
Yep.
It's for 1 year. It's not a month. It's for 1 year. So in other words, it's $249. You're going to only pay it now, and then you will have the service for a year.
Wow. Just wow, mate. All right, guys. Well, look, I think that's just about it for today. Lewis, as always, mate, thank you for your expertise and for just, for helping our family out and our team. Guys, if you want to learn Amazon FBA properly, all right, and you want to get into a family who's got your back, who's supporting you every step of the way, all right, our students are some of the most successful in the world, all right. We're doing things right here. We wouldn't have built this following and this brand behind Kevin David unless we had been contributing absolute success for our students. We are behind you every step of the way. Okay, so make sure you get onto this Zon Keywords deal. Like I said, it's a quick and the dead. And guys, just keep tuning in, all right? Because we're going to be bringing way more value, and this stuff is just, why would you want to miss it? Okay, all right. So thank you guys for tuning in. To everyone who has left that hashtag live, look out for that unfair advantage bestseller from Kevin David in the mail. Stay tuned for next week. Block it out in your calendar, guys. All right. Same time every week. We're going to be letting you know through email. All right. So stay in touch. Thanks for tuning in and keep killing it, you superpreneurs. Have a good one.